Welcome to this tutorial on how to enter grades in CougarVIEW. Today, we will identify the different ways to enter grades in the gradebook. We will also identify how to import and export grades. The Grades tool is a series of features used to create and manage your grades. From your course, go to the course home toolbar and click on Assessments, and then select Grades. There are 4 tabs here at the top. This video will focus on Enter Grades. When you click on Enter Grades, it will take you to an overall view of all learners' grades as well as their grade category. For example, discussions, quizzes, as well as grade items. For example, intro discussion. In the top left corner is an email option. You can communicate with learners by selecting a bulk email to learners by clicking either the checkbox beside specific learners' names or the box in the table header to select all learners. There are a couple of different options for entering grades. You can manually enter grades for an individual user by clicking the username. You come to this screen. There is each grade item you can put in, and then click Save and Close. You can manually enter grades for a grade item by clicking the drop-down arrow next to the grade item and selecting Enter Grades. Put in your grades, and you can also provide feedback by clicking on the pencil icon. When you are finished, click Save and Close. You can manually enter grades for a category by clicking the drop-down arrow next to the category and selecting Enter Grades. And then put your grades in for each grade item, and then click Save and Close. You can see that there's an orange dot next to some icons. An orange dot indicates that an activity requires attention by the instructor. I'm going to click on the icon and grade the submission. So grade over here in the right-hand side. And then click Publish and select Update. I'm going to go back to Assess Topic, and then I'm going to return to the Enter Grades page by going down to Assessments and Grades. Okay, now you can see that the orange dot has disappeared because you have graded the assignment. With Import, instructors can import external grades. For reference, a sample grades import file is available on the Import page. Click Choose File to select a file from your device. Note that Brightspace supports the following gradebook file formats: CSV, TXT, and TSV. If your gradebook is in Microsoft Excel format, you must convert to one of the supported formats before you can import it into Grades. Check the box Create New Grade Item when an unrecognized item is referenced. Click Continue to start the guided steps through the import process. And then when you complete the process, you receive a message stating the import was successful. With Export, instructors can export grades from the gradebook. Under Key Field, select which learner identifier you are including in the export file. Under Sort By, select how identifiers are displayed from left to right in the export file. Use grade values to define which grade details are exported. Choose one or more of the options: point grade, weighted grade, or grade scheme. Select the user details you want to include in the export. Select the grade categories and items you want to include in the export. And then you're going to come down and select the export file type. export to CSV, or export to Excel. The Export Grades window opens. Then you're going to click Download when it is complete. Okay, I'm going to click Close. And let's go back to the Enter Grades screen. So I'm going to go back to Assessments and Grades. Now, switch to Spreadsheet View allows you to enter grades directly on this page. And just click the button to switch back to Standard View. More Actions allows you to hide and show columns and also view the event log, which can be used to track and review any historical changes to the item, such as description change and category change. To release final grades, go to the Final Calculated Grade column, click the grade of the user whose grade you want to release, and then under Final Grade, you're going to select or check the box, Release Final Grade, Adjusted Grade, and then you're going to click Save and Close. The final grade for your learner has been released. Repeat the same steps for the other learners in your course. You can also release grades to all learners in your course by using the Unrelease option. From the Final Calculated Grade or Final Adjusted Grade column, you're going to go up to the drop-down arrow and select Enter Grades. And then you would select All Users, and then select Release, Unrelease. And you can see that the grades have been released because there are check marks here in the Released column. And then click Save and Close. This concludes the tutorial on entering grades in CougarVIEW. If you have any questions, please reach out to us at the Center of Online Learning.